Alright, today we're going to be changing the filters on this unit here. It's AC30. First things first, you're going to have this TDS meter, stands for total dissolved solids. You're going to come up here, you're going to test your water. So this one is 27 parts per million of total dissolved solids. Go ahead and turn off the faucet. A good number to keep in mind is under 50. Anything over 50, you're going to want to change the membrane filter, but we're going to change that out today as well. Next, you're going to go ahead and turn off the feed. This feeds the RO here. Turn that off, and you're going to turn off the tank over here. After you turn off both, if you don't have this blue valve here, you can just follow the 1/4-inch line to the back. Usually there will be a valve back there that you can turn off. And you're going to open the faucet, relieve some pressure, close it back. Next, you're going to remove these 3 pins. You can just use a flathead screwdriver. Pop them up. 1, 2, 3. After you do that, this is your sediment, which is closest to all the lines. This is your membrane in the middle, and this is the combo filter. So this, grab the housing, kind of wiggle it, and it comes out. 2 fingers, grab the filter, pry it out. Come up here. You can set this housing off to the side. Next, you're going to grab the membrane housing, wiggle it out. Again, grab the filter. Come up here. Alright. Now, remember, don't mix up your housings. The membrane one does not have a hole here. That's the membrane housing. The sediment housing has a hole, and so does the combo filter housing. So make sure you don't mess them up. Grab the membrane, throw it in the housing. The O-ring's always going to go up. Make sure this little nipple here is intact. It's going to go into here, this hole here. So then just start wiggling it up. There you go. So it lines up flush here. You can grab one of the pins. Here it snapped back into place. Like that. Next is the housing closest to all the lines. That is the sediment filter. It just looks like yarn. Drop it in the housing. And again, with the O-ring up. Pull it back into place. There you go. It's flush. And snap the clip back on. Here it's snapped. Next is the final one. This is again the combo filter, the one furthest away from all the lines. There you go. Drop the filter in the sink. Alright, this is what the combo filter looks like. You can drop it in the housing. The O-ring's facing up. Wiggle it back into place. There you go. Snap the locking ring back in there. Hear it do a nice little snap. Try it out. hang it back. Next we're going to do this post-carbon or polishing filter. As you can see, it has these we call shark bite fittings. So basically you're going to push down on the fitting itself, the shark bite. You push down with both fingers and you pull on the tubing itself and it'll release it. Same thing on the bottom. Push down on the shark bite fitting, push in with 2 fingers and pull with the other finger. Next, you're going to see here, it tells you flow, the arrow pointing down. Down means towards the faucet. So you're going to hook up the line that goes to the faucet at the bottom part of it. You're going to push it in until it snaps. You feel it lock into place. And then up here, you push up on it until it locks like that. And then you can pull on both sides, make sure it's not coming out. Okay, now next you're going to leave this valve off, which is the one that feeds the RO, and you're going to turn on the tank valve. Tank valve is on. You're going to come up to the faucet and you're going to open the faucet. You're going to drain all the water out, effectively flushing the new filters. And now you just wait until the water stops coming out of the faucet here. That means the tank is completely empty. This is again a TDS meter, total dissolved solids. You can find one on Amazon, and the number you want to be is under 50. If it's under 50, you don't have to change out the membrane yet, which is the middle one. You just want to change out the other 3. I recommend changing them out every 12 to 18 months. The membrane is every 3 to 5 years, or depending on what the water reading comes out to. Here on the tank, locate the Schrader valve, and you're going to want to pressurize it. It's just a standard bicycle Schrader valve. I have a electric little compressor, but you can use a hand pump as well. And the reading that you want is 8 psi when the tank is completely empty. That is why we're draining the tank right now. And once it's empty, you're going to want to pump it up to 8 psi. You want to drain it, leave it on until the water stops coming out of the faucet. In the meantime, a lot of people want to buy these filters on Amazon. I would not recommend that, as they don't work. I would recommend buying them directly from the company. So now the water's out, it's stopped coming out. That means the tank is empty. Now you can close the tank, close the valve again on the tank, close the faucet. Now that the tank is empty, pressurize to 8 psi. There we go. Close it back on. At this point, the valve is turned off for the tank. The valve is turned off for the feed of the RO. The faucet is turned off. All the filters are changed. Now you can go ahead and turn on the valve to feed the RO. At this point, you can check for leaks. Make sure it's not leaking from these tubing here that goes into this post filter. Make sure it's not leaking from these fittings here. These fittings, make sure there's no leak. You're going to hear water going to the drain, which is perfectly normal. You're going to still have the tank valve turned off, because you're pressurizing the unit so you can check for leaks. After you verify that there is no leaks anywhere, you can go ahead and turn on the valve for the tank. And now everything is on. You got the tank, you got the feed valve on. Now all you have to do is you're gonna wait 2 hours. After 2 hours, you're gonna open up the faucet, let all the water drain out completely. Once it stops coming out, you close it. 2 hours after you close it, you can drink it. And that's it. See you guys in my next video.